Hello there, everyone. We're thrilled you've joined us today as we take a journey through the history and significance of the world's highest peak, Mount Everest. Towering above us all, this majestic giant stands tall in the Himalayas, straddling the border between China and Nepal. Its staggering height, measured most recently in 2020 at 8,848.86 meters, is a testament to the grandeur of nature. But this grandeur does not come without its challenges. Climbers face a multitude of dangers, from the ever-looming threat of altitude sickness to the unpredictable harshness of the weather and the ever-present risk of avalanches. Despite these perils, the allure of Everest remains irresistible, drawing adventurers from all corners of the world. Before we delve deeper, if you find our content interesting, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Our tale begins in the mid-19th century with the British surveying the Indian subcontinent to create accurate maps. The grandeur of the Himalayan range was impossible to ignore, and a particular peak caught their attention. At first, they simply referred to it as Peak Zefpeen, an unassuming name for a mountain that would soon capture the world's imagination. The British Great Trigonometrical Survey, under the leadership of Sir Andrew Scott Waugh, was the driving force behind the mapping of this region. Their mission was not just to chart unknown territories, but also to seek out the highest peaks. In the year 1852, a Bengali mathematician and surveyor named Radhanath Sikdar made a startling discovery. He concluded that Peak 15th was indeed the highest point above sea level, towering above the rest of the world. This revelation was a significant milestone in the world of geography, yet this majestic mountain was still without a proper name. Sir Andrew Scott Waugh proposed naming the peak after his predecessor, Sir George Everest. Despite Everest's objections, citing that the mountain should retain its local names, Waugh persisted. He argued that there was no universally accepted local name and that the peak was not easily pronounceable or writable by the Western world. The debate raged on for several years. Eventually, the Royal Geographical Society, swayed by Waugh's arguments, officially recognized the towering peak as Mount Everest. Sir George Everest, though initially reluctant, eventually accepted this honor. He had spent a significant part of his life dedicated to the accurate surveying of the Indian subcontinent, and having the highest peak in the world named after him was a fitting tribute to his contributions. And thus, in 1865, Peak Leth officially became known as Mount Everest. Now let's turn the pages of history to the 1920s, when the first recorded attempts to conquer Everest were made. In this era, the world was filled with an insatiable thirst for exploration, and Mount Everest, the highest peak on Earth, became the ultimate challenge. The first expeditions were carried out by British mountaineers who, fueled by determination and the spirit of adventure, dared to venture into the unknown. These early attempts were marked by courage and resilience, but also by the harsh realities that the mountain presented. The climbers faced unimaginable challenges. The harsh, unpredictable weather of the Himalayas was a formidable opponent. Avalanches, blizzards, and sudden storms could turn an already perilous journey into a deadly endeavor. The freezing temperatures and thin air at high altitudes were other major obstacles. The climbers had to deal with altitude sickness, a condition caused by low oxygen levels which could lead to dizziness, nausea, and even death. Despite these challenges, the mountaineers pressed on. Driven by the dream of standing on top of the world, there were near successes, moments when the summit seemed within reach, only to be denied by the mountain's relentless conditions. But there were also tragedies. Mount Everest claimed the lives of many who dared to conquer it. The mountain was unforgiving, and the cost of the dream was often too high. The bodies of those who perished remained on the mountain, a chilling reminder of the risks involved in this daring pursuit. Yet, the early expeditions were not in vain. They paved the way for future attempts and provided valuable insights into the challenges of high-altitude climbing. The mountaineers' stories of courage and determination inspired others to follow in their footsteps. Despite the hardships, the allure of Everest's summit remained irresistible. These early expeditions laid the groundwork for what would eventually become one of the greatest feats in the history of exploration. Fast forward to 1953, a year that would forever etch two names in the annals of mountaineering history. That year marked the first successful summit of Mount Everest by two brave souls, Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary. Their journey was far from easy, a testament to their unwavering determination and courage. Norgay, a Sherpa from Nepal, and Hilary, a New Zealander, were part of a British expedition led by John Hunt. They chose the southeast route from Nepal, a path fraught with challenges, yet they pressed on, their eyes set on the grandeur that was the peak of Everest. As they ascended, the thinning air and chilling temperatures posed a formidable test of their endurance. Yet they stood steadfast, unyielding in the face of adversity. Their resolve was a beacon, a guiding light that led them higher and higher, closer to their goal. After weeks of arduous climbing, on the morning of May 29th, they finally stood atop the world. The moment was breathtaking, both literally and metaphorically. They had done it. They had scaled the beast that was Everest, a feat that had claimed many lives before them. The global reaction to their achievement was nothing short of awe and admiration. The news of their successful ascent reverberated around the globe, making headlines in every corner of the world. It was a victory not just for Norgay and Hilary, but for the indomitable spirit of human resilience and determination. They had shown the world that no peak was too high to conquer, no challenge too great to overcome. Norgay and Hilary's triumph was a beacon of hope for future mountaineers, a testament that with perseverance and courage, the impossible could be made possible. Their names are now synonymous with the spirit of adventure and exploration, inspiring countless others to follow in their pioneering footsteps. With their triumphant ascent, Norgay and Hilary showed the world that Everest could be conquered. Their legacy lives on, a reminder that the human spirit, when tested, can rise to the greatest of heights. From the first successful climb to the present day, Everest has seen a myriad of adventurers brave its heights. Today, Everest is not just a mountain, it's a symbol of human tenacity and the alluring power of the unknown, a giant that continues to draw climbers from all walks of life to conquer its formidable peak. The commercialization of Everest is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has made the once unthinkable dream of reaching the summit accessible to many. It brought economic benefits to the local communities, providing jobs and supporting local tourism. But on the other hand, it has raised concerns about the safety of climbers and the mountain's fragile ecosystem. Every year, hundreds of climbers, guided by experienced Sherpas, make their way up the mountain. However, the popularity of Everest expeditions means the mountain faces an increasing burden. Overcrowding has become a serious problem, with queues of climbers waiting for hours in the death zone for their turn to reach the summit. This has led to a rise in fatalities and sparked debates about the need for stricter regulations. The environmental impact of these expeditions cannot be overlooked. The mountain is littered with abandoned equipment, empty oxygen cylinders, and in some unfortunate cases, the bodies of those who didn't make it back. Despite ongoing cleanup efforts, the task of preserving Everest's pristine beauty remains a daunting challenge. Controversies aside, the allure of Everest remains undiminished. The mountain continues to captivate the imagination of adventurers, pushing them to test their limits and conquer their fears. Yet it's crucial to remember that with every step we take on this magnificent peak, we carry a responsibility to respect and protect its natural grandeur. Mount Everest continues to stand as a testament to human resilience and the compelling call of adventure. So, there you have it. A journey from the discovery of Everest to the present day. We've navigated through the early expeditions, braved the challenges, and celebrated the first successful summit. Everest, the highest mountain on Earth, situated between China and Nepal, continues to captivate with its awe-inspiring peaks. From the British mountaineers in the 1920s to Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary's historic ascent in 1953, the mountain's history is as towering as its height. Yet the allure of Everest is not without its perils. Over 300 brave souls have lost their lives to the mountain, their dreams frozen in time. But the spirit of exploration, the quest for the unknown, keeps drawing adventurers to its icy slopes. Everest is not just a mountain, it's a testament to human resilience, a symbol of our collective ambition to conquer the impossible. It stands as a beacon that draws us, challenges us, and ultimately reveals to us who we truly are. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe and share. Until next time, keep exploring.